This whole thing had probably just been a prank, and I had been the sucker who fell for it. When I drove by my house, however, there was a car parked nearby. I noticed the tags were from a couple states over. This seemed a bit odd to me, but not entirely out of the norm. It could just be guests visiting the neighbors. I decided not to stop though, and to go back to my hotel. Once I arrived back at the hotel, I began to prepare myself for bed. It had been a long day at work, and I had to do overtime again. All this added stress wasn't helping either. Just as I was about to crawl into bed, I heard something. Knock knock. There was someone at the door. This was definitely strange. It was not the time of day that room service would be here, and I had not ordered anything. Hello? Who's there? I yelled at the door. No response. I walked up to the door and looked through the peephole. There was no one on the other side. I opened the door and peeked out in the hallway. It was likewise empty. I shut and locked the door, making sure I placed the deadbolt on. Was this whole situation driving me crazy? I went back to my uncomfortable hotel bed. Despite how anxious I was, I still managed to fall asleep quite quickly. I had been exhausted. I was woken up in the middle of the night, however. I looked over to the hotel clock. It read 2:20 a.m. I wasn't exactly sure why I was awake, but I had to use the bathroom. So, I got out of bed and decided to do so. I had just made it in the bathroom door when I began to hear noises from the front door. On instinct, I quickly swung the bathroom door shut and locked it. Just as I did so, I heard the main door click open. I heard the door catch on the deadbolt, but only for a second. Next, I heard the snapping of metal as the deadbolt was broken. Inside the bathroom, I realized my biggest mistake. I had forgotten my cell phone. I wasn't sure how much good screaming would do me. This hotel was cheap, as I had mentioned, and I had never seen any other guests. The kind of people that stayed here most likely wouldn't flinch if they heard someone scream. I began to scour the bathroom for some type of weapon. There really wasn't much. I turned on the coffee maker all the way up and poured some water inside. Then I armed myself with a plunger I had found in the corner. I guess the intruder hadn't immediately realized that I had hid in the bathroom, because he seemed to walk into the hotel bedroom first. I thought about making a run for it then, but my wallet, keys, and phone were all in the bedroom. Not to mention I wasn't in the greatest part of my city, and it was the middle of the night. I was a cornered animal. After spending a few minutes in the bedroom, I heard the intruder's footsteps come back towards the front of the room, and closer to me. Eventually, he paused.